In a small village, where the dust settled like gold in the evening sun, lived Sophia. After her parents passed away, she was taken in by her uncle. But her uncle's wife saw Sophia not as a niece, but as a servant. While the uncle's two daughters wore clean clothes and spent their days resting, Sophia's life was a cycle of endless work. The daily burden. Every morning, long before the sun peeked over the horizon, Sophia was awake. At 5 a.m., the kitchen fire was already crackling. She prepared breakfast, scrubbed the floors, and hauled heavy water jugs from the well. At noon, while her cousins sat in the shade, Amani would walk to the far fields to deliver lunch to her uncle and his wife. While they ate, she didn't rest. She took up the hoe and worked the soil under the burning sun. One afternoon, she saw her cousins huddled over books, whispering and laughing. "Please," Sophia asked softly, "could you show me how to recognize the letters? I want to learn to read." The cousins burst into cruel laughter. "If you learn to read, who will scrub the pots? Who will pull the weeds? Your hands were made for dirt, not books." That night, Sophia cried herself to sleep, her heart heavy with the weight of a dream she feared was impossible. A glimmer of hope. Everything changed the day her uncle took her to the market to help sell their goats. As they traveled on the wooden donkey cart, Amani looked at the world with wide eyes. It was so much bigger and more beautiful than the walls of her uncle's yard. At the market, a young man named Zaid noticed a baby goat slipping from the cart. He rushed over to help Sophia catch it. As she hugged the small animal, she noticed Zaid was holding a book. "Do you know how to read?" she whispered, almost afraid of the answer. "I do," Zaid replied with a smile. "It is like having a key to 1,000 doors." "I want that key too," Sophia said. They spoke for only a few minutes, but Zaid saw the light in her eyes. When she left with her uncle, she thought she would never see him again. She didn't realize Zaid had followed at a distance, learning exactly where she lived. Days later, a village elder arrived at the uncle's house. Zaid had sent him to ask for Sophia's hand in marriage. The uncle and his wife were furious. They didn't want to lose their house girl. "When the elder returns with the men of the village, you will tell them you refuse to marry," the uncle's wife hissed at Sophia. Sophia nodded, but inside, her heart was screaming. Why should I say no to my own freedom? When the village council arrived, the uncle announced, "The girl refuses. She wishes to stay and serve us." The elder looked at Sophia. "Is this true, daughter?" Sophia stepped forward, her voice trembling but clear. "No, I want to get married. I want a life of my own." The uncle was so angry he raised his hand to strike her, but the village men stepped in. "From today, you are nothing to me," the uncle shouted. "Do not come back." Sophia walked away without looking back. After her wedding to Zaid, her life transformed. He didn't want a servant, he wanted a partner. Every evening, by the light of a small lamp, he sat with her and taught her the alphabet. Years passed, and Sophia's home became a place of joy. She and Zaid had 2 children, a boy and a girl, and every night Sophia sat with them, reading stories from the books she once only dreamed of touching. Back in the village, the uncle and his wife grew old and bitter, their house falling into disrepair, forever missing the light of the girl they tried to keep in the dark.